Our second experiment is all about describing fundamental logic gates in VHDL. So as for the program specification, so you're gonna design a VHDL code that will provide two descriptions of fundamental logic gates. Pag sinabi nating two descriptions, dalawang method, dalawang paraan on how for you to code these fundamental logic gates. So yung gagawin natin is and, or, and then not. Of course, using VHDL code. And then, gagawa rin tayo ng 2-bit variable, 3-bit variable, and 4-bit variable inputs for and or gates, and 1-bit variable for NOT gate. So, common naman sa atin yan, di ba? Kapag naman NOT gate, alam naman natin na lagi lang siyang 1 bit. Pero for the rest of the gates, aside from the buffer, we could use a more than 2 bits. So dito, again, ang gagawin po natin ng 2-bit variable, ng 3-bit variable, ng 4-bit variables, walang iba kundi yung and at saka yung or. Pero 1-bit variable lang yung NOT gate. Pero again, please take note na you have to select dalawang method on how for you to describe this fundamental logic gate. So magkaiba dapat ng way ng coding. Dalawang versions ng coding yung gagawin po natin. For the part 2, pwede ka maglagay dito ng theory about this different descriptions of fundamental logic gates. Pwede mo rin gawing reference yung i-discuss ko later on about machine to discussions. And then, part 3, pinapakita ko lang uli dito yung target output natin. Again, these are the target outputs. In the event na hindi mo na-produce yung ganitong output, so pwede ka maglagay ng iyong observations, pwede mong itama yung kailangan itama, or pwede mong i-affirm yung tingin mo ay correct. So just like this one, this is for the 2-bit AND gate. Ayan. So definitely this is for 3-bit AND gate, 4-bit AND gate, yan, 2-bit OR gate, 3-bit OR gate, 4-bit OR gate, ayan, and then NOT gate. And then of course, for the ISIM simulator, kailangan ipakita mo sa akin yung simulation results, 'di ba? So this is for the AND gate 2 bits, AND gate 3 bits, AND gate 4 bits. Ayan, so OR gate 2, 3, 4, NOT gate, and so on. So alam na naman po natin, aside from these screenshots, alam nyo na po na pwede ka maglagay ng technology schematic. Alam mo na you need also to put there the HDL code, the test bench that you're gonna use. And then you have to change the colors, di ba? The background, and so. So alam na po natin yun by default kasi tayo po ay graduating students na. So ngayon, ang kailangan yung information is ano ba yung mga different ways or approaches para ma-design mo yung ating VHDL code. So in here, sabi ko dito, here's a code of a two-input NAND gate, yung ginamit natin kanina na illustration for our code structure discussion, using a behavioral approach in several ways. Again ha, please take note. Ang method na gusto muna natin gawin for now is behavioral. Darating din tayo sa point na magkukode tayo ng VHDL na structural approach. So there are different ways to do the behavioral approach for NAND gate, which is also applicable naman for other gates that you have. So in here, we have 4 different ways. Yung unang method na pwede mong i-adapt is using the if then else statements. Alright? So in this example, gumamit tayo dito ng libraries, diba? So library IEEE, common ito, library IEEE Standard Logic 1164 all na by default kailangan natin. And then ginamitan lang din natin dito ng arithmetic and then unsigned all. So pwede mo rin siyang explicitly include as part of the library. And then, pinangalanan natin si entity na none2. And then, ganun lang ulit, similar to what we're doing in Xilinx ISE by default, na-generate niya na standard logic input yung AB, then Z is output. And then, of course, inin natin yung entity. And then, yan nga, the name of the architecture is behavioral by default of none2 is, and then, i-end po natin yung behavioral, di ba? So, technically, kapag gagawa ka ng different versions ng ating code, ito lang naman talaga normally yung magbabago, 'di ba? Yung nasa loob ng begin-end nung atin pong architecture. So, kung meron kang dalawang versions na gagawin for each logic gate, pwede naman na mag-emphasize ka na lang dito So, i-highlight mo na lang kung ano yung change mo in the architecture part. So, you could put some explanations or descriptions of that. So, we have here begin, end, behavioral, and then we have your process. So, ipaprocess natin si A at saka si B. Because technically, we have two inputs. Definitely, kung meron ka ng different inputs, you have to actually update here the number of port or the name of the port. Then, meron ulit tayong begin end. So, we end the process here kasi we put here a process. And then, sabi kanina, gagamit tayo ng if-then statement. So, parang katulad lang din ng C or C++, ganun lang din. So, if A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 1, then we assign, say, non-blocking statement to 0. Else, we assign, say, the value of 1. Then, end if. Then, enclose by semicolon. So, take note, observe po natin na yung mga numeric or arithmetic na ginamit po natin dito, in-enclose po natin ng single quote. Ayan. So, take note na kapag one character, in-enclose natin siya ng single quote. So, di ba alam natin kapag string, in-enclose natin siya ng double quotes. So, this is one method. Another method that you could use is using Boolean logic. So, as you can see here, hindi tayo nag-change ng library. And then, hindi tayo nag-change ng entity, right? Pero pagdating dito sa behavioral, mas madali. Ang ginawa natin dito, since ang approach natin ay Boolean logic, the easiest way that we could do is this one. Z less than or equal to not A and B. Di ba ito yung typical na ginagawa natin? So malamang in our previous experiment, ito yung ginamit mo. Ang tawag sa ganong concept ay Boolean logic. So meron ka ng dalawang option. So sana naman, hindi lang tong first at saka second option yung iselect mo. So try to explore further for the other gates. Try mo naman yung methods 3 and 4. Wala namang masama, 'di ba? Although challenging yung the rest of the methods, pero pwede mo rin tong gawin. So kung medyo strong ka dun sa mga Boolean laws na pinag-aralan natin before, or yung mga relationships na mga universal gates like the NAND and then the NOR gate. So, pwede mong gamitin yun. Pwede mong kunin yung concept nun para ma-formulate mo yung equation that you needed for your logic gate. Dito, gagamit tayo ng NOR gate equivalence. So, pwede ka mag-implement ng two-input NAND gate using NOR gates by applying the Morgan's theorem. Naalala nyo, universal gate kasi si NAND gate at saka si NOR gate. So, ibig sabihin, pwede ka makapag-produce ng any gate gamit si NAND gate or si NOR gate. So, ganun po ka-powerful to mga gates na to. Kaya nga, pagdating mo sa mga IC design companies, actually, ang more na ginagamit ng mga gates namin doon is the NAND and then the NOR. Kasi nga, capable siya na i-model or i-design yung ibang logic gates. So yung De Morgan's theorem, kung naalala po natin, it states that the complement of a NOR operation is equivalent to a NAND operation. So here's how you can code a two-input NAND gate using the two-input NOR gates in VHDL. So forget about the library standard. So pwedeng ito lang yung ilagay mo or pwedeng you could reuse naman the previous libraries that we have used. And then again, dito naman, iniba ko lang yung pangalan ng NAND gate. Ginamit ko na NAND to underscore using underscore NOR para clear sa atin na, okay, NAND gate siya to input NAND gate pero using NOR gate equivalence pala siya. And then of course, the rest is history. And then, ito lang yung kailangan natin i-consider this time. So, dito, gumamit tayo ng signal. So, signal temp, colon, standard logic. And then again, meron tayong begin end. So, yung temp, of course, just like what you're doing before, kapag nagko-code tayo, di ba, meron tayong mga temporary variable. So, that is the same concept. So, mag-implement muna tayo ng first NOR gate. So, we store that in the temp signal. In-store po natin yung A nor A and then ininegate natin siya, then store natin sa temp. And then i-implement naman natin yung second NOR gate. Yung nakuha mo ditong temp, syempre, ino-NOR niya yun sa B and then ikukuha niya yung negation para makuha niya yung output say. So yung output say na to, syempre, yun na po yung ating output for the two-input NAND gate. So again, medyo challenging siya in the sense na kailangan alam mo muna yung mga equivalences from one gate to the other using the universal gates, just like the NAND gate and then the NOR gate, and then balikan mo ng konti yung ating mga theorems or laws just like the De Morgan theorem. So that is our third method. So dito, meron lang ako nilagay na konting explanation. In this code, we first create a temporary signal temp so that we could store the result of the first NOR gate, which effectively inverts the signal A. Then we use this inverted temp signal and combine it with signal B using a second NOR gate to obtain the final NAND gate behavior. Alam nyo, maganda na explore nyo to para ma-observe nyo rin what will happen ba with the circuit. So kapag ba ginamit ko yung method 1, method 2, method 3, so maglagay ka doon ng konting observation. So ano ba yung na-observe mo? Lumiit ba yung circuit? Naging complex ba yung circuit? Mga ganong observations yung ine-expect ko from your side kasi we are engineers. So di ko rin kayo nililimit na dalawa lang yung gamitin mong method. Kung ikaw ay gusto mo mag-further explore, gusto mong gamitin lahat yung apat na methods or may nahanap ka pa na other methods, I would really appreciate that and put that in your document as well. So itong ating pong pang-apat na method is using a process with if statements. So that is different from the if then else kanina, 'di ba? Kasi it's purely for the if statements. So this method uses a process with if statements so that we could implement the NAND gates behavior. Again, forget about this one. Forget about the entity. So dito tayo mag-dwell. So again, pinrocess uli natin yung dalawang inputs A and then B. And then meron tayong begin and process here. So the concept here is more of the ladderized if else. Yun yung ginawa dito na concept. So if A is equal to 1, then if B is equal to 1, then we assign the value of C is equal to 0. Else, we assign the value of C is equal to 1. Then we end if. Pero kapag hindi niya na-satisfy yung statement na to, then we assign the value of C is equal to 1. Then we end the process. Ayan. So, kita nyo, wala ka pang nakita dito na case statement and so, di ba? So, pwede mong i-try explore. Pwede rin naman yung case statement or other ways on how to represent. Kung gusto mong gamitan ng conditional operator, that is another option. As long as dito ka pa rin sa approach na behavioral. Alright, so behavioral approach yung gagawin po natin for our experiment number 2. Thank you very much.